Dupuytren's disease is no longer, as you can see in my hands. You really want to hydrate your body because hydration is the key and basic foundation to health. My blood pressure, it went down from over 200 and 118 to 132, something like that, 68 in 3 weeks. I was introduced to this water about 3.5 years ago. And at that time, I had been told that I had a condition in my hands that was called Dupuytren's disease. It's irreversible, and only surgery eventually can be medicinal in treating this type of condition. At the same time, when I was at the doctor's, they found out that I had high blood pressure. It just happened at the same time that all of this was happening to me. I was introduced to Kangen water. With my medical background, I knew that water was necessary for every living cell, but I didn't really give it that much value that it could actually have some medicinal value in treating my Dupuytren disease, and also I was thinking about my high blood pressure. I went ahead and I had purchased a machine. I went home and started drinking that water. My Dupuytren's disease is no longer, as you can see in my hands. I have just a slight little bit of a lump in this one side. My blood pressure, it went down from over 200 and 118 to about 132, something like that, 68 in 3 weeks. I was drinking it religiously though, and I really took it seriously. I never did take the medication that was prescribed for my high blood pressure. At the same time, though, I had shared this information with the doctor. I was at the University of Washington, and I had been with the specialist there that was a hand surgeon, and I thought I'd share with him the information. He said, go ahead and drink whatever kind of water you think is going to help you, but he said, I've never heard of any kind of water helping any kind of medical issues. And I said, well, what's interesting about this, knowing that he also operates, that he was a surgeon, I mentioned to him that I had heard that this water makes a 2.5, and to me that was very, very interesting. 2.5 means that anything below 2.6 pH is a disinfectant and will kill all parasites, fungus, viruses, bacteria in about 45 seconds. I had heard that in Japan they use it to clean the operating rooms, that they use it to wash their hands, and they use it to use for cleaning their instruments, which was very interesting to me. And at the same time, I shared that information to him. He looked at me and he said, you know, Holly, he says, you being in the medical field and being a registered nurse, know that there's no machine out there that can make a 2.5. And I said, well, that's what they told me when I purchased the machine, and there is a 2.5 on the machine. I'm just going to try it and see if it works. And he said, well, Holly, between you and me, there is nothing out there that can make a 2.5. But he thought about it, walked away in the examining room, turned around, looked at me, and question was, where is this machine made? Well, I was taken back, and I said simply, it was made in Japan. And he walked up to me across the room, looked in my face, and he said, it makes a 2.5. Being in medical research myself, I worked at UCLA in the medical field, in cardiovascular department for years, and then went back to Chicago and worked there at the Chicago Center of Research. Had done clinical trials for several years in different systems, and I also worked for the health department with healthy moms and healthy kids in the state of Illinois. So I've had a variety of experiences, which I really appreciated, and I also worked for the pharmaceutical industry, doing clinical trials. Well, with that background, it is true that when you open up the pharmaceutical books, it does say it treats the symptoms, and it does not give any place that it would treat the cause of the disease. And when you think about your body, and you think about how vital our health is and how important it is, to me, you can't put a price on your health. It is priceless to me. So with that information, I went home and continued to drink the water. And since then, I've been able to share it with many people, and everyone has their own story to tell about the results of their drinking Kangen water. And the fact is, it is a medical device, and I keep emphasizing that to everyone, that this is something serious to take and drink it just like you would be faithful in taking an antibiotic, or that you would be faithful when a doctor prescribes a medication, you follow it right through. And I think this water has to have that serious attitude to it too, that you really want to hydrate your body, because hydration is the key and basic foundation to health.